Guys, there's a couple of things I need to talk with you all about today. First, I'm going to talk about the short-term charts for Bitcoin. If you want to know what I think is going to happen with the Bitcoin price here next, make sure to stick around in this video. I'm going to talk about something major happening for traditional markets as well, why we are seeing some signs right now about a big move in the entire financial market. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about altcoins, my trading strategies, and much more, guys. So make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris. I'm bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's get straight into it. So what you can see on the shorter time frames, guys, is that we have a little bit of a pattern of making higher highs and also potentially higher lows here. So we have a little bit of a formation. Now, what you can see as well is that yesterday we actually did see a drop down to 41,900 approximately. So we went down here. We got supported at the red line. So that is good for Bitcoin. And really, Bitcoin is holding up pretty well right now. The orange box with the red line is holding up the Bitcoin price very well. Well, you can see that the first time we went into it, had a big bounce. Second time, we actually went below it right here, had a big green candle above it. After that, the third time right here had a big bounce. Fourth time right here as well, we saw a big bounce. Now, you have to put this into context. So, for one, the traditional markets are bleeding right now. The traditional markets are bleeding towards the downside. So that obviously has some kind of effect on Bitcoin as well. Not only that, also, if you look at what's going on with the Grayscale ETF, they sent 9,000 Bitcoin worth about $400 million to Coinbase yesterday as people continue to sell off their Grayscale Bitcoin because maybe they had accumulated at lower levels, profiting from that premium discount that you had on Grayscale Bitcoin. As you know, the discount at some point compared to Bitcoin was at 50%. So some people got in and bought at the 50% discount, and they are now taking profit. But here's the thing as well. We are being hammered by these people selling off GBTC. But also it is because of the 2% management fee. So as you know, the ETF providers, they have lower fees. They have 0.2, they have 0.3%, and Grayscale have 2%, which is huge. So what you can see yesterday is that they sent, batches of 1,000 Bitcoin to Coinbase to sell these ones as people sold off GBTC. But recently, what you can see here as well is that you're now seeing some inflows to GBTC. And this dynamic is going to continue to swing back and forth until we finally have all of the sellers out of GBTC. And then it's going to be easier for the market, because right now the market is still a little bit like, oh, are we going to go up? Are we going to go down? What is the long-term effects of the ETFs? And you're going to see that. You're going to see that during the next few months, during the next years, definitely. But for me, I still think that there's a good chance that the red line is going to hold up the Bitcoin price here and that we're going to continue to stay above it. Of course, we have to keep our eyes on the traditional markets right here. But a couple of things that you need to take note of is that if you look at the US Treasury spending, so basically the deficit of the US government, it is currently at about the same as we saw during 2021, which obviously was the COVID year. So we are spending, or not we, but the US government are spending so much money right now, and we don't even really have that big of a crisis like you had in 2021, right? So at least in 2021, there was this kind of reason to spend that much money. But now, what is the reason for the US government spending so much money? Well, the number one thing to take note of here is that eventually this spending is going to lead into money printing, and the money printing is going to lead into assets going up. And yes, you have short-term swings, you have volatility here, but long-term, the assets are going to go up. Traditional markets, which is going to lead into Bitcoin going up as well. We have the halving coming up. So nothing has changed, guys. It's still the same thing as you see year after year, cycle after cycle. It all repeats, and it all leads into Bitcoin beautifully going up over time. So that is why I'm not worried about the short term here for Bitcoin. In fact, I'm going to show you my trading strategies here in a bit. But let's put the ETFs into context just to understand how much interest there is actually in this ETF. So far you have seen $10 billion worth of volume in the first 3 days for these ETFs. As a comparison, there are 500 ETFs launched in 2023. Today, they did a combined volume of 450 million. So, out of all the volume you saw of the 500 ETFs that launched in 2023, the Bitcoin ETFs in 3 days have had, 20 times as much volume in just 3 days as all of these ones in the last year. So that just goes to show that Bitcoin is interesting to people. It is here to stay. There is massive interest, buying and selling. So that is good to see. For the altcoins that I am holding, Merit Circle is doing really, really well. The last 24 hours, up 13-14%. CDFI still lagging behind a little bit. I still think that this is gonna do well over time. You have Polygon also lagging behind a little bit as the layer 1 narrative or layer 2 narrative also is going towards some of the newer coins. But Avalanche is performing pretty well. Ethereum, obviously, I do think Ethereum is going to do really, really well in this bull run as well. So I'm still holding these ones, and I still think that they are going to do and continue to do really, really well. And I will add more coins as I go along here, guys. Keep your eyes on these ones for sure. Now let's talk about the trading strategies, because what you can see is that all of the Ethereum bots took profit yesterday in yesterday's pump. So that is absolutely fantastic. The Bitcoin bots still have not reached their take profit price. In fact, they are pretty far from reaching them, but I'm fine with holding these ones. And what I may do is just restart. So keep these bots, but restart new batches for Bitcoin here so I can continue to take advantage of this volatility. And I do think that eventually we are going to reach the take profit price for these bots as well. And obviously, since Ethereum took profit on OKX, they have also taken profit on BitGet. So that is absolutely fantastic as well. If you look at the subscribers, insane, almost $15,000 in profit from this user right here. So yeah, many of these ones are still up more than $10,000 in profits on my main account. On my second account, you have also significant profits being made. And if you want to use these trading strategies, guys, make sure to go to the description of this video, watch the trading tutorial at the top of this video right here, click on this link, and then go down, click on OKX here, claim up to $60,000, click join now, and then go down. With one click, you can set up these bots right here. And if you cannot use OKX, use BitGet, boom, click on this one, claim up to 8,400, and then click on this link. It's gonna take you here, and you can subscribe and use whichever bot you want to use. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one.